Rumors are that allegedly Juan tricked Robyn in a big way. What is his alleged scheme and how did he pull it off? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Juan tricked Robyn in a big way. What was the scheme, and how did he pull it off? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Juan tricked Robyn in a big way. Many people are speculating that Robyn may have not even noticed this big trick being played on her by Juan. The source continued. Many fans have pointed out this very sneaky plan Juan allegedly put in place to save himself. If true, then this is just horrible on Juan's part. Juan, said the source, should know better and really should have put the emotional toll this could have on his family into consideration. For people to think that you are capable of doing this to Robyn is sad and shows just how people really view him as a husband and overall person, ended the source. Another source said, Juan really seems like he was looking out for himself and no one else. If you are to believe this rumor, why put someone through an emotional roller coaster in order to save yourself in the midst of all of your wrongdoing? The insider continued, if I was Robyn's family or friends, I would tell her to run away from Juan as fast as she could, no matter the cost. So the question is, what did Juan allegedly do to further humiliate Robyn? Well, fans are speculating that Juan knew last year that he wouldn't be asked back as head coach at Coppin State. So he allegedly decided to marry Robyn and convince her not to sign a prenup to ensure his financial security until he lands back on his feet. Deep, said an industry insider. Smart move if true, but a dirty move nonetheless. It will make sense why he probably convinced Robyn not to sign a prenup, because, in his sight, Juan doesn't have much to lose outside of his NBA pension, which is protected. So, having free access to Robyn's money seems like a win-win situation for Juan, and to have access to her money without any stipulations is also a win, ended the source. Fans also pointed out that Robyn may have also known beforehand as well about Juan not returning as head coach, as the reason why she played coy during the reunion when asked by Andy for an update. Another source said, fans were quick to point out the fact that Robyn also played defiant and shady regarding new pictures of Juan and his alleged co-worker out together. The insider continued, Juan is a smart man, and even smarter when it comes to playing on Robyn's intelligence. She blindly allows him to do it, and we would not be surprised if she's willing to decide not to sign a prenup in order to keep Juan on her good side. Juan, for his part, may not have been brought back as head coach. However, it seems like the source said that his hands are tied good and well in Robyn's money to secure his financial future. Now, kinfolk, this is a lot, and it all came up right around when we saw new pictures of Juan and this co-worker out again for a second time. And so fans were speculating online that this may have all been part of Juan's plan to get Robyn to marry him without a prenup all along. So when I talked to my sources, they were, pretty adamant about a couple things regarding this rumor. And the first thing is this. One source said it's definitely a financial security move on Juan's part to marry Robyn, whether he was at coping state or not. Robyn being the breadwinner of the family, even though she says that Juan makes more money than her, no one really believes that. And you couple Robyn's salary with her hat business, everyone pretty much infers that Robyn is the breadwinner or makes the most money in the relationship, and that she probably just saying that to spare Juan's ego. And my sources are saying that, on Juan's part, this is great financial security. And also, a lot of people behind the scenes are saying, like, Robyn may actually feel indebted to Juan after she lost all of his money. Even though she says that she wants to protect her money from him at one point during last season, a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of sources are saying that it really does seem like Robyn feels like she is just indebted to allow Juan to have access and free range over her money, regardless of how he may be treating or acting in public, simply because she feels like it's the least she could do for losing all the family's money several years ago. Which would make sense, because it seems as if I was Robyn, and having these fears or concerns about Juan stepping out the marriage, or even if she decides to step out of the marriage as revenge and payback, it seems as if she would still want to protect her money and her assets in her own wrongdoing. But the fact that she always puts Juan over herself goes to show you that it could be a very real possibility that she just feels indebted to him for that mistake she made several years ago. Now, kinfolk, the next part of this rumor and speculation that I found very interesting when talking with my source is this. Robyn really made Juan staying with her very easy. And so if you are to believe this rumor, because right now it's just speculation and alleged information, but if you are to believe it, Robyn made it very easy for Juan to stay with her and to honestly cheat on her. The reason why and how she did that was by not putting an infidelity clause in a prenup and not signing a prenup altogether. It does seem like Robyn is desperate to keep Juan under her roof. And the reason for that, like we talked about in a couple of past videos, is that Robyn comes out very codependent-like. And when talking to my sources, they say they see the same thing in her relationship with Gizelle. And my sources are also saying that from time to time that you could allegedly see Gizelle behind the camera, behind the scenes, and in front of the camera manipulating Robyn in some ways that Juan does as well. This is a very interesting thing that Robyn has decided to do. But at the same time, when you have not an infidelity clause inside of your prenup, and when you convince the person you're marrying not to have a prenup altogether, it really does seem as if you are blindly following them and going about doing things just to keep them in line and up under you. Now, for Juan's part, we saw that he was out once again at the nail shop with his former co-worker. And it just goes to show you that, Robyn could very well have taken up the position of, I'd rather have Juan with me in his imperfect self, not to have him with me at all. And so with that being said, she made this arrangement very comfortable for her. So made this marriage arrangement very comfortable for Juan. So it's kind of almost hard to feel sorry for her when he does these things in public. Now, the next part of this rumor that I found very surprising, considering that Robyn was a big proponent of this early on in the season, and that she alluded to this during filming as well. So I was surprised when she didn't do this. I was very surprised that Robyn didn't see the importance of signing a prenup to protect her employees and her own team. A lot of times when people get prenups and they have businesses that are separate from their marital finances, a lot of times you see them do prenups just to really protect the people who work for them and their financial stability. Because Candy even said it once upon a time that, a lot of people are depending on her for their livelihoods and for their children's livelihoods. So it's always important for her to protect her finances so that she can keep those families afloat while they're doing their jobs, which makes perfectly good sense. And it always surprises me that Robyn didn't think of a prenup in that way, because whenever she met with the divorce attorney, she was always talking about the things that she's built on her own with her business, all the financial successes that she has enjoyed with her business. And so it seems as if that she would also put the people who work behind the scenes to make her dreams come true. You would think she would have put them in the forefront of her mind in protecting their financial liability and their financial future in her business and with her business through a prenup. And the fact that she didn't, it goes to show you that Juan really does have a hold on Robyn. And I just go back to the simple fact that Juan just seems very carefree nowadays. You know, he was in the nail shop getting his nail done like he had not a care in the world. And it really speaks volume to how he sees his relationship with Robyn. And kinfolk, you know, and there's another part of this rumor that I do find very enticing for Juan. I think is another perk to all of this that Juan is enjoying, and is this. Juan has no incentive to really find another job unless it's ego based. Like, you know, my wife is the breadwinner. I need to go out there and find a job and start making money again, so I don't have to depend on my wife for, you know, a monthly stipend or this, that, third, fourth, fifth, and the sixth. But Juan really has no incentive to work at this point, because it seems as if Robyn has allowed him to have free range, not only with her finances, but in his personal life. Now, a lot of people I was noticing online were commenting how they feel like Juan and Robyn have an open relationship at this point. And you know, I can see how one could see that, simply because, you know, Juan is out here with these female friends, and it just not just look right. Some of the way they've been interacting and the places they have been going just seem very couple-like. And so with that being said, it just seems as if there's just no real reason or incentive for Juan to start by working again, or even really just stop some of the things that he's been doing in the past that may not look so kosher now, considering this whole hotel situation. So with that being said, you know, Robyn really has created an environment where Juan does not really have to work, and it's also created an environment to where now she has the burden of taking care of the family on her own. So now she's going to have to perform more if she is ultimately brought back to Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, with that being said, that little caveat does put a very different spin on a lot of things dealing with Juan. And here is one way Juan may have to give some things in order to keep living in the lap of luxury. And one of the biggest things he's going to have to probably give up is this. There's make no mistake about it. The Real Housewives of Potomac checks are real, and especially for Robyn, and they are lucrative from what my sources are saying. And if Juan wants to continue to live in the lap of luxury without any care concerns, he is going to have to give up his privacy in order for that to continue to happen. If Robyn is brought back, in order to make herself interesting, in order to get a lot of camera time, in order to get paid per episode, she's going to have to talk about Juan's fidelity. And she may have to talk about it at great length to where Bravo feels like they're getting their money's worth. Now, Juan may not want to do that. As we've seen in the past, whenever he's brought up, his infidelity is brought up, he always tends to lash out and storm off. However, it seems now that Bravo is left holding all the cards. It seems as if what they want to talk about has to be discussed and talked about, because at the end of the day, they are paying the majority of Juan and Robyn's bills now, without any extra income coming in from Juan that we know of. So Juan is really going to have to suck it up and open up his life and address these rumors of infidelity if he wants Robyn to remain on the show, and if he wants Robyn to continue to bring in those big Bravo checks. So that's going to be one thing about Juan that he's probably going to have to give up. But it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. If, and my sources say it is still a big if, Robyn is brought back. Now, kinfolk, as always, all this information is alleged information and speculation. However, it does make one think, considering all the things that we've seen Juan do in this last month or so. So, kinfolk, my questions for you is this. Do you think Juan really did trick Robyn into not signing the prenup so he can have free range over her money and continue to live however he wants to live in his personal life? Or do you think that Robyn and Juan really do have that trustworthy real love that they feel like they don't need a prenup to prove? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.